If you were unable to attend the parent night at YES for iPad take-home information, this video will serve as a replacement. After viewing this video, please fill out the Google form for verification that you understand what is required of both students and parents for iPad take-home. We want to answer the question why we chose iPads as a student device. There are many devices that are available, but mainly we feel like iPads are very interactive. They are intuitive for our students in third grade to use. They have been using them since kindergarten, so they have experience with them and they know how to use them already. This device also allows us to use less paper. We are not trying to go paperless in the classroom because we recognize there is still a need for paper. What we are trying to do, instead of replacing paper, is just implementing a blended model where students learn both traditionally as well as digitally. The iPads also provide easy access to information through the Safari app. iPads are durable, and they also have creative features and available apps that are very appropriate for students in the third grade. We believe that technology and learning go hand in hand. The iPad provides a good way to meet individual learning needs. It also provides engagement through hands-on learning. It provides access and it opens many doors that a traditional environment simply cannot open. It also prepares students for future learning opportunities while they're having support from their teachers. Teachers will be able to teach students how to use these devices for learning. They will oversee the iPads as a learning tool. And finally, it really reflects the world that we live in. When most of us need information, our first step is to go to the internet, and we want our students to be able to do the same. So iPads as a learning tool, how does that work here at YES? Students have access to digital content that is both created by their teacher and purchased as packaged curriculum. We use Canvas, our learning management system. Students can log in to see assignments that their teachers have created. They can complete discussions, and they can even collaborate. This is a safe area for students to also interact with teachers and students. Canvas is a great tool, and it is used across the YCS district. iPads can also be used for curriculum such as everyday math, which is used in most of the YES math classes. iPads also give students the opportunity to show what they know using technology. This allows students to go beyond tests and quizzes to show what they know through presentations, videos, and many other creation apps available on the iPad. iPads will also be used for our digital learning days. Prior to November 6th, our first planned digital learning day, your student's iPad will be sent home for a trial run. Make sure that your student does not have any connectivity issues outside of the YCS network prior to that day. This year is the first year that we have provided iPads with a Bluetooth keyboard. The keyboard serves as a case for the iPad and should remain connected to it. It can be removed in class with the teacher's discretion, but we believe that this keyboard will help in our push to make our students more efficient keyboarders. Please encourage your student to practice keyboarding at home using the proper fingering. It will serve them well both now and in the future. Also, please ask your student to take really good care of the keyboard case and make sure that they're not doing anything that would cause keys to fall off, as that will be billed for a new case if that happens. We have a system in place for managing iPads here at school. It helps students, teachers, and parents. Students will also have this same filtering in place when they go home. This keeps them from visiting inappropriate websites and is for their safety. Students will log into Lightspeed on their device in the morning, and they will need to repeat this about every 6 hours for this filter to work. If you have problems at home with the iPad, the first thing I would ask your student is, are you logged into Lightspeed? As parents, it is your responsibility to view what your students are viewing at home, but we also will be monitoring here. We are able to track all internet searches that a student performs while on our network. As far as downloading apps, we will provide students with everything that they need. An iTunes account is not allowed in 3rd grade. We will provide them with what they need for the learning environment. Please do not put an iTunes account on this device. This is a learning tool, and we want to keep it the main focus. Also, storage space is limited, so there is not room for games and music to be added to this device. 3rd grade teachers are planning to send iPads home only on an as-needed basis. When they are sent home, students are to bring their iPads back to school every day. It isn't okay for them to leave their iPad at home, as they will be used in the classroom. If they do leave the iPad at home, they will miss out on whatever activity the teacher is doing that day using the iPad. An iPad should also be charged when it comes back to school so that it is ready for use first thing in the morning. The student is responsible for charging the iPad. The best practice would be to charge this iPad at night before going to bed so that it is ready to go the next morning. Students must also follow the YES iPad guidelines. Also, keep in mind that the iPad issued to your student this year will be the same device they use for the next 3 to 4 years, depending upon when we refresh devices. So taking care of this device is very important. On transporting iPads from home to school and school to home, we believe that iPads should remain in your student's backpack. iPads should not be used on buses due to the risk of breakage. Please talk to your student about this. When the iPads are carried, whether at school or at home, the keyboard case should remain on for protection. Please encourage your student to always carry their iPad securely with both hands to avoid any breakage. We strongly suggest that you consider purchasing insurance for this device. You can contact the YES office for details. We do teach our students how to be a good digital citizen. All teachers have gone through a module about digital citizenship in the classroom. They also have access to an ongoing program called Digital Compass, where they can work on digital citizenship activities with their students. We like to use the THINK acronym. It applies to both students and adults alike. It is important to ensure that what we are posting is true, not hurtful, not illegal, but necessary and kind. As parents, it would be great if you could also talk with your student about this and model these same behaviors. If you are not familiar with commonsensemedia.org, it is a great website not only for education, but also for parents. It gives ideas on how to talk with your students about digital citizenship. After signing off that you have completed this training, your student will get to bring their iPad home at their teacher's discretion. You can add your child's iPad to your home Wi-Fi. You can do this by going to Settings, Wi-Fi, and choosing any available network that you have access to. Please be sure that you do not forget the school's network when changing these settings, or your child will have difficulty in connecting upon returning to the classroom. If you do not have Wi-Fi at home, please communicate this to your child's teacher. The teacher will advise the student what they will be able to work on at home without being connected. As a reminder, You can be involved as a parent through PowerSchool and Canvas. You should have already created a parent account through PowerSchool. If you want to access your child's Canvas account, you will need to log in as the student either through the app on the iPad or on the internet at the web address shown here. Communication is always key when we're dealing with technology. We strongly encourage you to create a Twitter account and follow the school for the most important updates. You can see here some important accounts to follow, but most importantly, we feel that you should follow your child's teacher and/or their class account. Students can communicate through Canvas, our learning management system, in a safe environment using the inbox feature. Students do have email accounts that work internally only. Students cannot receive outside emails. This is for their safety. This concludes the presentation for the student iPad take-home requirement. If you have questions about this presentation, feel free to email me at jcox@yorktown.k12.in.us. You may also contact your child's teacher for specific classroom policies on the iPad. Don't forget that you will need to sign off on the Google form that is linked near this video to verify that you have completed this training. Thank you.